Hi, YouTubers and wet shavers everywhere. It's Mark with GeorgeToon.com. I'm back with another Monday morning mailbag. Get yourself a cup of coffee, kick back, relax. Let's talk a little wet shaving and a few other things. What do you got this morning? We've got a coffee that we featured on the show about a week or so ago. Hang on 1 minute. Let me get a sip and we'll explain why we're using it again this week. Hang on 1 minute. Let me get a sip. 1 minute. That is really good. I like this coffee a lot. It's a good, basic, flavorful cup of coffee, and it comes in a really, really nice price point. From Aldi, it's their breakfast blend in Keurig cups, and you get 12 cups for like less than $6. I think it was like $5.58 or $5.48, something like that. Again, less than $6, and it's a great, basic cup of coffee. Like that artwork? Right there. Good morning with the rooster. Breakfast blend. Really, really terrific, flavorful cup of coffee at a bargain price. Like it a lot. And the reason why we're using it again this morning is because Roderick McLeod sent along some additional information regarding the off-brand Keurig cup coffees, and we'll share that with you during the refill segment. So Roderick, thanks very, very much. And our coffee mug this morning, once again, is the Tough Mug from viewer Jimmy V. Jimmy, thank you again very, very much. It is got this great insulation, and it keeps hot drinks hot, cold drinks cold, that sort of thing. And we haven't put the lid on there just yet because viewer Doug Thompson very, very kindly sent us a new lid for the Tough Mug. Here's the original lid right here, okay? That's the original lid right there. And Doug discovered that you can use a Yeti lid, this Yeti lid right here. And I think it's the Rambler lid. Let me see, I got the packaging right here. Here it is, the packaging right here. Yeah, Rambler lid right there, okay? And this fits the Tough Mug. And you can see it's a little more robust. Check that out, a little thicker. See that? Here, look right side by side. Little thicker, little more robust, okay? Isn't that great? Yeah. So that's what we're using now. We're using the Yeti lid on the Tough Mug, and we're just going to, let me just move it around like that, and we're just going to put it on there like that. Okay, so everything stays nice and warm while we're recording the show. And there we are, the Yeti lid on the Tough Mug. Hang on, one more sip. Yeah, that is terrific. And as we like to say on the show, a good hot coffee, a trusty mug. Let the caffeine go to work, gentlemen. Absolutely. Great to be with you this morning. Hey, if you're taking me along on your morning commute, thanks very much for the lift. Really do appreciate that. If you're listening to the audio podcast version this morning, thanks very much for tuning in via all those great audio streaming platforms out there like iHeartMusic, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, that sort of thing. Great to be with you this morning. Thanks so much for pulling up a chair and enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. Great to be with you. We got a great show for you this morning. A lot of great stuff to share with you this morning. We got a really, really great shaving tip from a viewer named Spencer Breen. Spencer, thank you very, very much. Got a shave den visit from Jim from Northfield. Jim, thanks very, very much. We got the usual round of reminders. We got an update on the St. Valentine's Day Love Your Lather giveaway. We'll share that with you. Got some great refill comments. A lot of really new, great wet shaving gear to share with you this morning. I couldn't believe how packed we are when it comes to new wet shaving gear this morning. But yeah, we got some great stuff to share with you, and also some great questions and comments from the viewers that they sent in. So all in all, a terrific show. Great to be with you. Thanks so much for tuning in. Really do appreciate that. I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me. Hey, let's get the show kicked off like we do every week with a viewer morning shaving tip. Well, this morning's shaving tip comes from viewer Spencer Breen, and the subject heading of his email reads, Shaving Tip, Kampf Brothers Star Razors. And Spencer writes, Good morning, Mark. I've been a long-time listener of the 3MB, but have never sent in a tip. In the past few Monday morning mailbags, there's been some discussion of lather catchers, and I have a tip for people who own one or are looking for one. I recently acquired a Camp Brothers Star razor and was fortunate enough to buy one listed with the wedge blade. These razors were made before the disposable razor blade was invented, and they came with a blade that was supposed to be honed and maintained like the straight razors of the time. While I appreciated owning this piece of wet shaving history, I didn't feel like keeping up with the maintenance required for the wedge blade. With my luck, I'd mess up the blade trying to sharpen it, and I wanted the consistency and ease of modern single-edge razors. I was able to shave with a single-edge paint scraper style blade alone, but I felt there was just a tad more growl than I like, especially since I shave every day. Let me stop right there. He is referring to these Gem Persona blades right here that fit a gem razor, a vintage gem razor, and you can see that they are single edge. Okay, there's one right there wrapped up, and let me just unwrap it for you real quickly so you can see. You can see there's the blade right there. Okay, there's the blade right there. It looks like a paint scraper, but the point here is you do not want to go into the paint aisle to get a paint scraper blade. You want to get one that looks like those kinds of blades, but is designed and manufactured for razors, for safety razors, gem safety razors, other single edge safety razors. That's what these fit. Do not get a paint scraping blade to use in that razor. There are these blades out there, the Gem Persona blade right here. You can get these for those razors. I just want to point that out. But everyone refers to it as a paint scraper style blade. Don't get the paint scraper blade. It's not for shaving. Get the Gem Persona blade that looks like those blades, but is for your single edge razor. Okay. So he continues here. Okay, I felt I was just a tad more growl than I like, especially since I shave every day. The reason for this feeling is because modern day SE blades are thinner than wedge style blades. This creates a larger gap between the edge of the blade and the bottom plate of the razor, leading to much more blade feel when using a modern SE blade than with the wedge style blades. After doing some research, I found two different free adapters for SE blades, and to me, the difference was night and day. Now, these are 3D printed wedge adapters that you can download the plans and have them 3D printed. That's why he says they're free. So you're going to have to get a 3D printing service for these. Okay, let me start over. After doing some research, I found two different free adapters for SE blades, and to me, the difference was night and day. I use the first one, linked below, which requires no modifications to the blade. You just place the plastic wedge under the blade and install the blade as you normally would in the razor. The second link I have not used, but you need to modify the SE blade by removing the spine. Again, I haven't used it, but I did print one out and will eventually use it someday. And he went ahead and sent along those links. And he concludes here by saying, I hope this isn't too specific of a shaving tip. It helped me, and I hope others can use it as well. Hope you have a great week, sir. Spencer Breen, a.k.a. Spooky to Scary on YouTube. Hey, Spencer, great to hear from you, and always great to see your comments in the comment section of the YouTube videos. Spooky to Scary, yeah. I like that screen name a lot. And this is a great shaving tip, and it comes in at a really, really great time because we've been talking about these vintage lather catcher razors. And I had no idea about the difficulty that you would have in using modern SE blades like these Gem Personas here. But here are some 3D printed adapters that will help accommodate a modern, let me get this out here, right here, a modern SE gem blade for those razors. That is terrific. One, you just print it out, slap it in, and you're good to go. The other one he hasn't tried, but you have to remove this spine right here, the spine right here. So the first one seems like that's the more more convenient option. So we'll have both links below, and check it out. All you need to do is get it to a 3D printing service and you're good to go. So that's great. So Spencer, thanks very, very much for a really, really terrific shaving tip. It comes in at a really, really nice opportune time as we've been talking about the lather catcher razors, vintage lather catcher razors. Thank you very, very much. And to say thank you, for you and only you, an original signed George sketch. So please email me your snail mail address to mondaymailbag@gmail.com, mondaymailbag@gmail.com, and I will send this to you post haste. And if you out there would like an original signed George sketch, just send me a shaving tip. Send that shaving tip to mondaymailbag@gmail.com. And if I use it here on the Viewer Morning Shaving Tip segment of the Monday Morning Mailbag, you too will receive an original signed George sketch. So Spencer, spooky to scary, thanks very, very much for the tip. Really do appreciate it. Okay, it's time for a shave den visit.
Grab your favorite shave soap, whip it up, rich and creamy, fill your cup, boom, lather. Hot towel ready, face feels prime. A classic shave, so smooth, so fine. 30 degrees, a light touch. Let the razor do the work, no need to rush. Shave like a pro, close and neat. A shave so smooth it can't be beat. Slap on your favorite splash, feel that glow. Shave complete, now you're ready to go. Oh, boom, shave complete, you're ready to go.
Well, this morning's Shave Den visit comes courtesy of James Gosda, Jim from Northfield, and it's regarding another subject we've been discussing here on the Monday Morning Mailbag, and that is Williams Mug shaving soap. I've got a couple of pucks here. I've got this one here that I bought a few years ago before they discontinued it, and here is a vintage Williams Mug shaving soap puck right here, and Jim is offering a history and breakdown of Williams Mug shaving soap using his own collection. And he writes, "Hey Mark, I thought I would share photos of Williams Mug soap down through the years. In the silver tin are 6 vintage soaps made in the 1950s and 1960s. You can decipher these by the box. The top 4 are from the 1950s. They just say Williams on the top of the box and Mug shaving soap on the bottom. The bottom 2 are from the late 1960s. They offered a different box decor and added famous for its lather. The next photo shows 6 different boxes. On the left row are 2 from the 1950s. They have the soap wrapper advertisements. The one below is one from the early 1970s. They added the weight measurement on the front bottom of the box, plus it has the UPC code. The right row, top box, is the mid-70s version with the bicentennial pewter mug offer. Below that is a regular scented and menthol scented made in the late 70s. The boxes now have famous for its lather and the weight measurement. You can tell a vintage puck from a modern one by seeing the word J.B. Williams or Beecham Products engraved into the back side of the pucks. The modern pucks are blank. Also, the modern boxes have the word mug in a white outline with blue font. The vintage are solid blue font as pictured. The last photo shows how the prices increased with time. I hope this answers any questions regarding Williams Mug Soap. Have a great week, Jim from Northfield. Jim, that is some great information. And again, it's very educational and will help viewers out if they're looking for Williams Mug shaving soap at antique stores, on Etsy, on eBay, or maybe even on a shelf. That's if it's still there in some local pharmacies, drugstores, that sort of thing, you'll have a better idea of what you're getting and making sure that the price you pay kind of fits in to whether or not it's a little more modern or a little more vintage. Now, my particular vintage mug here, based on the information that you gave me, I think this is from the 1950s because I have the Aqua Velva advertisement that wraps up the puck. And I don't know, I'm going to open it up. Oh yeah, look at this. It says here, mine says Williams Mug Shaving Soap. And it's blank on the back, but it says Williams Mug Shaving Soap right there and a logo. Can you see that? Let me try to turn that a little bit so you can maybe see that a little bit better. Okay? Let me pull back here like this maybe and maybe zoom in with the camera another way. But yeah, I think mine is from the 1950s because again, it has the Aqua Velva advertisement right there. How about that? Again, it's still attached. I haven't unwrapped it fully. I haven't used it. If I come across another vintage puck that is maybe the packaging is a little worse for the wear, that sort of thing, maybe I'll use that and hang on to this. Or if I find one that's in better shape, I'll hang on to that and maybe I'll use this. So yeah, Jim. Terrific information. Thanks so much for sharing your collection of Williams Mug Shave Soap with all the viewers out there. Really do appreciate it. A great history lesson regarding this particular shaving soap. Thanks very, very much. Folks, comment below and let us know if you have any of those Williams Mug Shaving Soap pucks from any of those eras that Jim discussed. Jim, thanks again very, very much. Well, here's your reminder to check out shavesplash.com. This is a website that was created by viewer Lee Meyer. If you happen to have a shave soap, but you don't have an aftershave splash for it, well, shavesplash.com is a scent matching website. So you'll be able to find a complimentary aftershave scent that will go with that shaving soap. Really, really terrific. And they also have some great articles and features up there. So check it out. We'll have the link below, shavesplash.com from viewer Lee Meyer. Well, the channel now has auto dub technology courtesy of Google and YouTube. And as the name suggests, it will automatically translate this audio from English into Italian, German, Portuguese, Spanish, or French. Pretty amazing. Simply click on the gear in the lower right of the video screen. A menu will pop up, and there you can select the language that you wish to hear the audio in: Italian, German, Portuguese, Spanish, or French. It translates it from English to any of those languages in real time, on the fly. Pretty amazing. Auto dub. Check it out. Well, here's your weekly reminder that the Monday Morning Mailbag is also available as a podcast. Simply get up to your favorite streaming service and search for Monday Morning Mailbag and more, Monday Morning Mailbag and more, and the Monday Morning Mailbag podcast, as well as our other podcast, Second Cup, will come right up. Both of those podcasts are available on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, YouTube, and now iHeartRadio. Viewer Aaron Watson sent along this heads up regarding the Maggard meetup for 2026. Aaron, thank you very, very much. His email heading reads, Maggard 2026 meetup. Hey Mark, just thought I would pass this along for the 3MB. Thanks, Aaron Watson. He included the link. We'll include the link below so you can check it out and get a ticket. Here's the Cliff Notes version of what's going on this year with the Maggard meetup for 2026. Maggard Razors will host its 9th annual wet shaving meetup on April 25th, 2026 from noon to 4 p.m. at 124 South Winter Street in Adrian, Michigan. After drawing more than 185 attendees last year, the 2026 event will cap attendance at 180 and feature up to 18 vendors. A $36 ticket includes a $14 meal voucher for select downtown restaurants, complimentary drinks throughout the day, entry into over 100 door prize drawings for those who purchase tickets before April 23rd, vendor samples, and a massive pay-it-forward table for swapping gear. Attendees can also meet well-known artisans from across the wet shaving community. An informal after-meet gathering will take place that evening at the Hampton Inn and Suites, which also offers a preferred group rate. Several other nearby hotels are available as well. So there it is. All the information regarding this year's Maggard Meetup for 2026. We'll have a link to the page below where you can get tickets and check out all the information in detail. I've got my ticket. I hope to see you there. Well, this morning we have a giveaway update for you. Scott Martin was our winner in the St. Valentine's Day Love Your Lather giveaway. He sent along an email claiming the prize, and he wrote, Mark, I can't believe I won the Valentine's giveaway. I'm so thrilled and can't wait to dive into that great prize package. Wow. He also left this comment in a previous Monday morning mailbag. Thank you, Mark and Mr. Anonymous, Mr. Bernstein, Patricia Bagwell, Mr. Pasanti, and the rest for the Valentine's giveaway. So thrilled to have won this. I still can't believe it. What a way to start the week. Cheers, Scott. Well, Scott, again, congratulations. The prize package has been packaged up. It's on its way. We've already shipped it. And as soon as we receive word from Scott getting some videos or some photos, we'll share that with all the viewers. If it comes in at the last minute before we do our final edit of this Monday morning mailbag, we'll do a little drop in and share that with you. Otherwise, it'll be sometime down the road. But again, Scott, congratulations on winning the St. Valentine's Day Love Your Lather giveaway. Folks, stay tuned. We have more giveaways planned, so make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that little alert bell so you'll get alerts whenever we upload a video, because the next video we upload could be another giveaway video. Hit that bell so it'll give you a yell the next time we upload a video. That's why we always say it. So again, Scott, congratulations for winning the St. Valentine's Day Love Your Lather giveaway. Folks, stay tuned. We have more giveaways planned. Well, what do you know? Coffee's getting low. That time of the show. Let's go back for a refill. Well, I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. I hope you went back for a refill. I sure did. Hang on 1 minute. Let me get a sip here. Oh boy, that's good and hot. That is great. It's the vacuum insulation of the Tough Mug. That is terrific. And again, a big thank you to Jimmy V for the Tough Mug. Really, really do appreciate that. And a big, big thank you to Doug Thompson for the Yeti lid that fits this Tough Mug ever so perfectly. Wow, isn't that great? A little more robust, and Doug finds that it matches up with the Tough Mug a little better than the one that it came with. And yeah, I think it looks great. It functions well. We got two lids to compare it back and forth, but yeah, it is a little thicker, a little more robust, and it's great that it fits the Tough Mug. Tough Mug is terrific. Again, thanks to Jimmy V for the Tough Mug and to Doug Thompson for the Yeti lid that fits this Tough Mug ever so perfectly. If you have a Tough Mug and you want a lid that's a little more robust, get the Yeti Rambler lid right there. That's what it looks like. The packaging, that is. And yeah, it works really, really well. Hang on, one more sip. That really is a good cup of coffee. The coffee again this morning is Aldi Breakfast Blend in the Keurig cups, 12 of them for less than $6. A really nice price point and a great flavorful bargain coffee. A good basic bargain coffee with some nice flavor. And hey, how about the coffee you're drinking? Is it healthy? Well, check out Mantic59's website, The Black Coffee Life, where he talks about all the health benefits of drinking black coffee. Also, check out The Lockhorns. Someday we'll look back on this and quickly change the subject, a hardcover collection of great Lockhorns cartoons. And since we're in the daylight savings time now, yeah, that's right. We set the clock ahead 1 hour. We're in daylight savings time. Forgot to mention that. Well, you still need a calendar, whether it's daylight savings time or standard time. Check out the Lockhorns 2026 Laugh-A-Day calendar. Start your day off with a great Lockhorns cartoon every day of the year. Both of those by my good friends Bunny Host and John Reiner. All right, a little bit of housekeeping done. Hang on, one more sip. That is terrific. Yeah, boy, that's great. Let's get to some of these refill comments here. This comes from this comes from Brian's eighth night. I'm looking at the page, and one page is above, the other one's below, so it's separated the name. It comes from Brian's eighth night. Another wonderful 3MB this morning. Mark, regarding how Bob Ross is using the SV puck, I've been doing that with my Mitchell's wool fat puck. It works so well to build a terrific lather on my face. I believe this is the best way to lather any hard puck. And as Bob said, the drying time is minimal. Have a wonderful week. Hey, that's great, Brian, because we had this additional shaving tip method from Robert Ross last week of just taking that puck like the Cube 2.0 and rubbing it on your face, getting a wet brush, and building a lather that way. And it works with Mitchell's Wool Fat puck. I still have some Mitchell's Wool Fat, and I'm going to give that a try. Brian, thanks very, very much. This comes from William J., 3459. I'm on the south coast of Massachusetts and received 41 inches of snow. However, as the saying goes in New England, if you don't like the weather, wait a minute. With a couple of warmer days, half of it is already gone. Hey, that's great to hear. So glad you got through that. 41 inches. Wow. I don't think we had that much here in Chardon. Now, I gotta watch what I say because the lake effect and that sort of thing. It's getting warm. At the time I'm recording this, it's getting warmer. We're getting into the 50s, maybe even the 60s later on, and all of a sudden that temperature could plummet and we could get some snow. And as I mentioned on Second Cup, my late brother Jay was born, I believe, April 18th. I always get that mixed up. I think he was born on the 18th, and my brother Jim was born June 19th. I think that's the way it works. Anyhow, Jay was born on April 18th, and we always had snow right around his birthday, like 2 or 3 days before, 2 or 3 days after. There was always snow. If it's not on the ground, it's in the air. It's floating in the air. Always have snow right there, right around April 18th, my late brother Jay's birthday. So stay tuned and let us know if you see snow right around my brother's birthday. Hey, William, so glad that you dug out and it's melting and things are warming up. Great to hear. Lee Hazley, 2164 writes, wow, yet another wonderful project fostering hope from absolutely wonderful people, such stellar humans. Yeah, check that out. Fostering Hope. We talked about it last week in New Wet Shaving Gear. Chris Bodrab very kindly sent the information. Boy, they got a great shaving kit set up that you can purchase at Alpha Shaving that will help the women and kids of Ukraine. It really is a terrific, terrific project. So check it out. We'll link it again below. And if you want all the details, check out last week's Monday Morning Mailbag. Lee, wholeheartedly agree. Thanks very much for the comment. Now, here is the information regarding the breakfast blend, coffee, Keurig cups, that sort of thing, from Roderick McLeod. We promised you this at the beginning of the show, and here's what he has to say. This is really, really fascinating. I never knew this. And Roderick writes, one of the things Aldi does to keep the price down is they don't pay a licensing fee to Keurig, Dr. Pepper, Green Mountain Coffee. This means that they aren't technically K-Cups. I'm willing to wager that somewhere on that box there will be words to the effect of not associated with Keurig, Dr. Pepper, Green Mountain Coffee. Let me see right here if it's anywhere here. If it's anywhere here, I don't know. Let's see here. You're right. It's right. It's right here. Let me see if I can get that. Let me see if I can zoom in on that so you can see that, okay? Check that out right there. I'll pull in a little bit more and zoom in. How about that? And here's what it says. This product is not affiliated with Keurig, Green Mountain Incorporated, Keurig, or K-Cup. How about that? Wow, Roderick, spot on. He continues here, the design of the Keurig machines has changed over the years, including a laser code reader on their smart coffee makers and 5 injection points at the top of the cup versus the original single center point. The Keurig 2.0 smart machines won't work if you try to use an off-brand pod that doesn't have a readable code on the top of the pod. How about that? Now, right here, this doesn't have any kind of readable code or anything like that. Right there it is, just breakfast blend like that. And my Keurig machine is not one of these smart machines. It's just a basic Keurig machine. But that's something to know next time you buy a Keurig machine. Okay, here he continues here. This is somewhat reminiscent of how Gillette would design new razors and redesign newer blades that would still work on the old razors, but need the new blade design to work in the newest razor. The new patent prevented other blade companies from copying the blade for a few years. This is why the blade started with just 3 round holes and curved ends to the complicated cutout, slotted shape with corner notches that it now has. There are even inexpensive machines on the market now that will brew K-Cups that aren't licensed. Among these are Walmart's Mainstays brand, Hamilton Beach, and Ninja. Wow, Roderick, that is great information to know, and how it kind of ties into the history of shaving and razor blades and development of blades and how they kind of evolved over the years. Never knew that either. That's really, really neat. But again, folks, if you want to use these off-brand Keurig cups, even though we can't call them Keurig cups, that sort of thing, make sure you get a machine that will read all kinds of K-cups or coffee cups for these instant machines. Because if you get one of these smart Keurig machines, you're locked in just to using the Keurig brand of coffee. You can't use an Aldi or some of the others that are out there, Dunkin' Donuts or whoever. Wow, Roderick, great information. Thank you very, very much for sharing that with all the viewers. Really, really do appreciate that. Bill Murphy checked in. Great 3MB as usual, Mark. The AVSC, American Vintage Soap Company, the AVSC soap sounds fantastic. I have the Ollie-Works stainless steel razor with the mild plate in the stainless steel finish, and the shave I get is amazing. I get a close BBS shave, no irritation, no weepers, and no nicks, even when using a feather blade. Have a wonderful week, Mark. Yeah. Been hearing great things about the stainless steel versions of the Ollie-Works Meteorite razor. Bill and Connie Murphy very, very kindly sent along the Meteorite razor in aluminum. It comes with 3 base plates. Boy, that's a great razor. And if you're considering a razor for the beginner wet shaver, that's a good one to look at. You know what? Before you know it, it's going to be dads and grads. And if you know a young graduate out there considering the traditional wet shave, the Ollie-Works razor, the aluminum version with the 3 base plates, would be a perfect fit for a beginner wet shaver because they can kind of customize their shave, learn the traditional wet shave with the mild plate, then move up to the medium, try the aggressive plate, that sort of thing. Yeah. Would really be a very, very good selection for the new wet shaver in your life. Again, dads and grads right around the corner, so consider that one. Bill, thanks very, very much for that. Really do appreciate that. Viewer John's Pipe Journey checked in, and he writes, "Hi, Mark. I use Clubman Pinot cornstarch talc after my shave." And he writes here, pronounced Pinot, like the wine. John, thanks very, very much. That's a great way to remember the pronunciation of capital P-I-N A-U-D, because I have been mispronouncing it for the longest time, and viewers have very politely corrected me on it, and that's a great way of remembering it. Pinot, like the wine. Anyhow, let's start over. He writes, "Hi, Mark. I use Clubman Pinot cornstarch talc after my shave. I learned about it from Barber Dave's Shaves and Such." Hey, John, thanks very much for that, because we learned about Barber Dave's Shaves and Such from viewer Doug Lane of Adopted Acre Soap Company. And at that time, Barber Dave was doing the Williams Mug Shaving Soap Challenge. And we'll link his channel below. You can check on Barber Dave and see how he's doing with that. And yeah, that's how we got onto the discussion of Williams Mug shaving soap from Barber Dave and Doug Lane. So thanks very much, gentlemen, for that. And again, check out Barber Dave's Shaves and Such because he has a great tutorial series on how to straight razor shave. Really, really terrific stuff. So Doug, thanks again for that. Barber Dave, thanks again for reminding us of Williams Mug shaving soap. And John's Pipe Journey, thanks for letting us know that Clubman Pinot makes a cornstarch talc for your post-shave routine. And that wraps up this week's refill segment. My thanks to everyone who contributed. Really do appreciate it. We'll do it again next week. Okay, let's check out some new wet shaving gear. Well, we've got a couple of new razor heads from the folks at Yaki. My thanks to Grace Chen and everyone at Yaki for very kindly sending these along to the channel, allowing me to share them with all the viewers out there. These are going to be launching sometime in March. They might be available by the time this airs, not entirely sure. First up is one we've already reviewed. That review should drop this week. It's all edited. We're going to schedule it for this week sometime. Here it is right here. This is the SRH059. This is similar to the Henson Plus Plus. Yeah, how about that? Stainless steel with a matte finish. Isn't that beautiful? Really terrific. It has a blade gap of 1.00 millimeters. Yeah. Now, I've done a shave with this. I've had 2 shaves with it, one with 2 days worth of beard growth and another one with 1 day's worth of beard growth. And both shaves were really smooth, close, and comfortable. I was really, really surprised. So I don't have all the specs on this razor head other than it's a 1.00 millimeter blade gap. So I'm not sure about the blade exposure, that sort of thing. I do know it's 316 stainless steel, and they don't have a name for it yet. If they come up with a name for it before this airs, I'll put it in the description below. But right now it's the SRH059, and when we get links, we'll also link it below. These are just launching during March, maybe mid-March, maybe today, maybe in a few days, not entirely sure. But yeah, a really, really terrific razor head, similar to the Henson Plus Plus, and it really delivered a beautiful, close, comfortable, smooth, very, very close shave. Yeah, so no problem. No nicks, no cuts, no irritation. You'll see that on the review. And again, terrific SRH059. Now, the other razor head that they sent, we have not used yet. And here it is right here. We're going to unwrap it for you right here. I've had a look at it already. Here it is right here. This is the SRH060. Check that out, okay? There it is right there. And this is similar to the Swiss Razor BR1. That's what they're telling me. The blade gap of this is 1.15 millimeters. So it's a little more than the SRH059. And this is based on the Blut Razor BR1 safety razor. And this is also stainless steel. Now, that Blut BR1 razor comes out of Switzerland, and it is CNC milled, and it's a very, very precise upper level kind of a razor. So if that one is out of your reach, you have this razor that is similar to that Swiss razor. You have this razor head that is similar to that razor. Again, this is the SRH060. We have not used this just yet, but boy, isn't that beautiful? 316 stainless steel, and it just looks like it's machined so very, very nicely. And we're going to get a handle for this. Maybe we'll use the same Bulldog handle here that we used with the I don't want to get it backwards. SRH059. This is the Bulldog handle, stainless steel Bulldog handle from Razor Rock that was paired up with the Game Changer. But now that we have the UFO handle, that's what we're using with the Game Changer razor head. And we have this Razor Rock stainless steel Bulldog handle for this SRH059. So maybe we'll use the SRH060 with that. We'll see. Maybe I have another one laying around. We'll have to go through my shave den and see what I have. But yeah, another great stainless steel razor head from the folks at Yaki. We're going to get a review done on this one. Again, a little more aggressive than the SRH 059, 1.15 millimeters for this one, and for the SRH 059, 1.00 millimeters. So there you go. Two great razor heads in 316 stainless steel from Yaki. Give them a look. Well, you might remember this product from last year. This is Caddis Whipped Tallow Balm. We used this last year. We were introduced to it by the company, and they set up a special promotion that went on for the longest time. Well, I finally ran out of it because I have been using it every day. In the morning before I go out the door, I'm using this on my head, and I do use it in some of my post-shave routines, and I like it a lot. And you can see right here, I bought some more. I bought 2 more jars, and you can see I'm just about out. And I have another jar right here. I have not yet opened it up. It's still in the package. And I happened to write them and said, I really like this a lot. And they wrote back and said, hey, Mark, we'll offer a special promotion to all your viewers, 30% off. I said, that would be great. The link is below. So if you're looking for a great post-shave balm, check out Caddis, Caddise. I think that's how it's pronounced. It really is very, very good. Here are some of the benefits of using a beef tallow balm. Let's see here. Why beef tallow for skincare? Beef tallow has been used in traditional skincare for generations because its structure is very similar to our skin's natural oils. It is naturally rich in vitamins A, D, E, F, and B. It deeply nourishes and supports the skin barrier, improves moisture retention, protects against environmental stress, supports smoother, healthier looking skin. Unlike many synthetic moisturizers, beef tallow works with your skin, not against it. Clean and simple ingredients. We follow traditional craftsmanship and keep our formula simple and clean. Our balm contains 100% grass-fed beef tallow, beeswax and honey, jojoba seed oil, plant squalane, shea butter, vitamin E, no artificial chemicals, no synthetic additives, no unnecessary fillers. It's skincare made with ingredients you can recognize. Non-greasy and pore-friendly formula. It is lightweight texture, fast absorption, deep hydration, no greasy residue, no pore clogging feel. Skin feels soft, smooth, and breathable, not oily. And I use it on my head, my face, my arms, my hands. It really is terrific. It's suitable for men and women, dry, sensitive, or normal skin, face, hands, and body, daily family skincare use. Yeah, it is terrific. I like it a lot. We're going to do a standalone video and go over more details of this product, and make sure you get the link right there on that video, but we're also going to link it below. This offer is good until April 30th. Let me just double check that again. I want to double check, make sure valid until April 30th, 2026. So we'll get that link below. So if you're looking for a great post-shave balm, something for skincare, your head, your face, your hands, your arms, your body, that sort of thing, check out Caddis. It really is terrific. I like it a lot. And 30% off to all the viewers. Just use the link below. You'll take you right up to Amazon, and you'll get that 30% off from their Amazon store. So check it out, folks. From Sonic Care, and a big thank you again to Eric Zhang, Caddis Whipped Tallow Balm, 100% grass-fed beef tallow. Give it a look. Well, this past Friday, we aired a review of a brand new shave soap and fragrance from Phoenix Shaving. Here it is, Harvest Sun. Boy, is this a terrific, terrific scent. And again, this is an original scent from Phoenix Shaving. Love this. Loved it when I did the review, and I've used it several times after that. Really, really like this one a lot. This is terrific. This is great. Here's the scent profile. Top notes are sage, eucalyptus, orange peel, and bright citrus. Heart notes are patchouli, rose, amber, moss, and thistle. Base notes are cedarwood, tobacco, and smoke. Wow, and as they write on the product page, for years, Harvest Moon has hung over the PAA universe like a secret. Have you tried it? A story that began way back in New Mexico, 1947, a small-town carnival folding into twilight, a calliope winding its unsteady tune into the desert air while something uninvited pressed down from the sky and brushed against our reality. Dust, smoke, ozone, sand, electricity, a charged stillness, the kind of night where you feel watched by something out there. That was the dark half of the story. Harvest Sun is what happens when the sun finally rises and the carnival leaves town after a long dark night and heads northeast. The scent opens with sharp clarity. Eucalyptus cuts through the air like a scythe. It is brisk and bracing, almost medicinal at first, the kind of brightness that makes you straighten your back without knowing why. Then citrus peel flickers in, bitter and alive, like a spark catching dry tinder. But this is no simple fresh fragrance. Beneath the brightness, patchouli waits, dark, loamy. It smells like soil turned over by hand, like something that has been sleeping and does not appreciate the disturbance. Amber begins to glow under it, steady and warm, not sweet but persistent, as though the light itself has weight. And through it all moves smoke and wood. Not a roaring fire, just the suggestion of old beams heating in the sun, barns that remember every season they have survived. Something epic, something magical. Then comes that strange electricity in the air once more. On the skin, Harvest Sun changes the way the daylight feels. The opening is vivid and almost startling. A cool flash of clarity sparkles. As it settles, the earth rises and the warmth deepens. Harvest Moon was about mystery, about the charge in the air before you understand what you are witnessing. Harvest Sun is about the moment after, the moment when the light falls just right and you see the outlines of what has always been there, a mystery discovered. This is the other half of our long-running legend, a counterpart. This is Harvest Sun. Boy, again, this is a great scent. That description lands perfectly. Love, love, love this scent. Yeah, and I get that kind of overturned deep soil kind of a vibe there. And and there is a sparkle, I would say an effervescence kind of a thing going on. Yeah, there is this liveliness, but there's this grounding, this bass to it. Yeah, it's terrific. It really, really is. Again, I've used it several times after the review. I love it. I really, really do. The aftershave and the splash are available. We'll have links below. It just dropped this past weekend from Phoenix Shaving, an original scent, Harvest Sun. Give it a look. Well, here's a quick reminder. We're in the month of March, and that means March offerings from Phoenix Shaving. As I understand it, Et2 is dropping this March. It might be available right now as we speak, so get up to Phoenix Shaving and check this one out. Really, really terrific. Also, just in time for St. Patrick's Day, Irish coffee from Phoenix Shaving. Yeah, a big thank you to Bill Murphy for recommending this one. It's terrific. Again, just in time for St. Patrick's Day, some terrific March offerings from Phoenix Shaving. Give them a look. Now here's a great shave soap that just dropped this past weekend from Hendricks Classics and Company. Here it is, Year of the Tiger. Check that out. And their shave soaps have these great metallic labels. Look at that. Isn't that marvelous? We also have the aftershave splash right here. Okay, check that out. Again, a great metallic label. And we have the EDP as well. Look at that, huh? How about that? A big, big thank you to Pete Hendricks for very kindly sending this along the channel and allowing me to share it with all the viewers. Here's what they say on their product page. Year of the Tiger is inspired by Yasamado's Black Afghano, a fragrance for both men and women. In the old legends of the Chinese zodiac, Hu Nian, the mighty protective tiger of the year, was said to roam the borders between the mortal world and the realm of storms. One night, as a traveler crossed a mountain pass, a furious thunderhead split open above him, hurling a lightning bolt straight towards his heart. With a roar that shook the clouds themselves, Hunyan leapt from the shadows and slashed the sky, cleaving the bolt in two with a single luminous claw. The man lived, but the tiger's talon was forever changed, glowing a brilliant, breathtaking shade of red. Hunyan loved the color so deeply that he wished to share it with humankind, and so he gifted the world the madder plant, its roots holding the very hue of his transformed claw. For 5,000 years, people have used that color with joy, never knowing its origin came from a guardian tiger who once split lightning to save a life. Now, here is this woody, aromatic fragrances scent breakdown. Accords, notes combined into chords in order of prominence are amber, smoky, woody, oud, cannabis, balsamic, green, aromatic, warm, spicy, and tobacco. Top notes are cannabis, green notes, davana, saffron, and thyme. Middle notes are resins, woodsy notes, tobacco, coffee, cinnamon, violet, and raspberry. Base notes are agarwood, oud, incense, amber, animal notes, guaiac wood, musk, tonka, cedar, gurjan balsam, ambroxan, and vanilla. How about that? This is a terrific, terrific scent. And that complexity really comes through. There is a lot of layers, a lot going on there. And it all combines into this really wonderful masculine scent. This is a good one. I'm describing it as a masculine because that's how it's hitting me. I know that it's inspired by a fragrance that was for both men and women, but man, oh man, this is great. You're going to love this in your shave den. This is perfect for an evening night out. This is great. Yeah, I like this a lot. Again, love the label art. It's going to look great in the shave den. Really, really terrific. Year of the Tiger from Hendrix Classics and Company. Again, a big thank you to Pete Hendrix for the shave soap, the aftershave right there, and also the EDP. We're going to do a review on all of these. And again, it dropped this past weekend, so we'll have a link to Hendrix Classics and Company so you can check this out. Now, to celebrate the launch of this shave soap, they're also offering another special item. It's a beautiful knife, and here's what they have to say about it. With bone covers that are dyed with gorgeous madder red, the Rosecraft Lick Cream Lume Fixer is being paired with this launch. We believe that Rosecraft offers the best value for the dollar of any slip joint knives on the market. These are sturdy knives with impeccable fit and finish. People will perk up and ask questions when a Rosecraft comes out of your pocket. This knife features a 2.5-inch sheep's foot blade and is 3.765 inches when closed and 6.5 inches overall, weighing only 3.1 ounces. So there you go, two great items from Hendrix Classics and Company, a terrific shaving soap, and also a beautiful, beautiful knife. Pete, thanks again very, very much. Folks, we'll have links below. And that wraps up this week's look at new wet shaving gear. My thanks to everyone who contributed. Really do appreciate it. We'll do it again next week. Okay, let's check out some of these questions and comments. We received this email from viewer Joel Toronto with the following heads up. The subject heading reads, Bull Goose is closing. And Joel writes, Hi Mark, I was on the Sharpologist website and saw that Bull Goose Shave Products is closing May 1st. They sell high-end shave products. If anyone needs anything from them, now is the time to order. And of course, Joel sent along that screenshot, and we'll link to the Sharpologist where you can read all about it and get more information and more details. Really sad to hear about this because just recently, we talked about the Levante shave soap that we purchased from Bull Goose Shave Products, a terrific online seller of some great wet shaving gear. Really sorry to hear about this, but as Joel points out, if you want a really nice piece of shaving gear, whether it be shave soaps or razors, they sell some wonderful high-end items. Get up there before May 1st because that's when they're closing. Joel, thanks very much for the heads up on this, and again, we'll link to Sharpologist, which will undoubtedly have all the information. That's where Joel learned about this. Joel, thanks again very much. Viewer Joel Toronto checked in one more time, and he sent along this email, and he writes, "Hi Mark, I just saw this on YouTube. I don't know if you can show it, but it is the state-of-the-art shave den. Unbelievable. As usual, today's Monday morning mailbag was great. Looking forward to the next one. Cheers." And that's from Joel Toronto. Now, this is a channel on YouTube called Make It a Great Shave. And the name of the video is My Shaving Collection and Den Tour. We will link it below. Check it out. It really is an awesome shave den tour. Joel, thanks very much for sending us along to the channel. Folks, give it a look. We'll have it below. Make It a Great Shave YouTube channel. And the video is called My Shaving Collection and Den Tour. Give it a look. We received this heads up from viewer David Dart. And he writes, "Mark, good afternoon. Here in Canada, we have a hardware store chain called Home Hardware. I was in my local store when I noticed that they are carrying Henson AL razors. I've heard guys saying in their shave of the day, calling the razor hardware, but this adds a whole new meaning. Laugh out loud. I thought it was interesting and that you may wish to share this with your Canadian followers. Have a great day." And that's from David Dart. David, thanks very much for the heads up on this. There you go, folks. If you live in Canada, get over to your local Home Hardware store and you can pick up a Henson aluminum razor. How about that? David, thanks again very much. We received this email from viewer Greg Pisante, and he writes, "Look what I found. Gillette Silver Blues. Man, I forgot how good of a shave those give. Smooth, effective, no nicks, no cuts, just a wonderful shave. Haven't seen these in a long time, so I figured I'd share." Hey, Greg, thanks very much for sharing that. And it begs the question to all the viewers out there, have you discovered a piece of wet shaving gear in your shave den that you haven't used in a long time and you used it and it just rekindled your love of the traditional wet shave because you forgot how great of an item it was, like a razor blade or a razor or a shaving bowl or a shaving brush or a shaving soap, anything along those lines. I'm sure that there are a lot of viewers out there that can definitely relate and connect to Greg's email. You find something in your shave den that you haven't seen in a long time, you use it and you think to yourself, oh my gosh, what a great shave. So comment below and let us know if you've come across a long lost piece of wet shaving gear in your shaving den, and if you've used it and you've rediscovered that love of the traditional wet shave that item originally kindled in your shave den. Yeah, that's an absolutely fantastic topic of discussion. Greg, thanks very much for sharing this and sending it along. Really do appreciate it. And that wraps up another Monday morning mailbag. Thanks so much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Please share, please subscribe, please like. Hit that bell so it'll give you a yell the next time I upload a video. Comment below. Let me know. Check out my Amazon product page at amazon.com/shop/Mark Zarady, where you'll find all the Amazon listed products that I review on this channel. organized and categorized so you can find everything in a snap very easily. I'll leave you with this laugh. Hey, we have another double take cartoon puzzle this week. Try to find the differences between the two cartoon panels. If you need more time, just pause the video or try to find all the differences before time runs out. Thanks very much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Make it a great week.